Be me, 32 years old, and have been going to the same gym for 2 years. Work out 5 days a week and take fitness really seriously. Always see the same people there, but nobody ever talks to me. Notice that guys talk to other women all the time at the gym. They spot each other and joke around between sets and seem friendly. Meanwhile, I get complete silence and they actively avoid my area. Convince myself it is because I am intimidating in a good way. Strong, independent woman who does not need men and they can sense it. Tell my friends about it and they agree men are threatened by me. Say, I should be proud that I intimidate weak men who cannot handle it. My gym has this trainer named Dion who is there every morning. Mid-30s, really fit and friendly with everyone who comes in regularly. See him helping people with form and giving advice and making conversation. He has never once approached me to chat or offer help with anything. Figure he can tell I know what I am doing and do not need assistance. Notice over the months that new girls join the gym constantly. Within a week, guys are talking to them and being friendly and helpful. Meanwhile, I have been here for 2 years and still work out completely alone. Start to really bother me watching everyone else have these easy interactions. One girl named Tasha joins and she is probably 26 and kind of overweight. Not trying to be mean, but she is clearly a beginner at fitness stuff. First week she is there, I see 3 different guys offer to help her, showing her how to use machines and correcting her form and chatting with her. She is laughing and thanking them and seems to be having a great time. I am in way better shape than her and know way more about fitness. Yet nobody has ever offered to help me or even said hi in 2 years. Does not make any sense to me at all why this keeps happening. Decide to test this theory by positioning myself near the weight area. Usually I stay in the corner doing my own thing with headphones in. Today I go right to the main area where all the guys usually are, set up at a bench right in the middle and start my workout routine. Do my entire chest workout and not a single guy even looks my way. They all continue talking to each other and to other women around the area. Completely ignore me like I am invisible, or not even there at all. Pack up my stuff, feeling frustrated and confused about the whole situation. Next morning, I get there early, and Dion is at the front desk. Gym is pretty empty, so I decide to just ask him directly about it. Walk up and say, "Hey, can I ask you something kind of personal?" He looks up from his computer and says, "Sure, what is up?" Ask him why none of the guys at this gym ever talk to me. Say I have been coming here for 2 years, and it is like I do not exist. Meanwhile, I see them being friendly with everyone else, especially new women. He gets this uncomfortable look on his face immediately and hesitates. Say, I genuinely want to know if there is something wrong with me, or if the men here are just intimidated by a woman who is serious about fitness. He laughs, but not in a mean way, more like a nervous way. Says he does not think intimidation is the issue here at all. Ask him what the issue is then, if not that exactly. He asks if I really want to know the honest truth about it. Say yes, absolutely. I need to understand what is going on here. He takes a deep breath and says, "Okay, but do not get mad at me." He says the guys here think I hate men and want nothing to do with them. I immediately get defensive and say that is ridiculous and not true at all. He holds up his hand and says, "Just let me explain everything, okay?" I cross my arms, but tell him to go ahead and explain then. He says my energy and body language make it very clear I do not want interaction. I always have headphones in and never make eye contact with anyone ever. My face apparently looks angry or annoyed all the time, even when working out. When guys do try to be friendly or offer help, I shut them down immediately. Tell him nobody has ever tried to help me or be friendly here ever. He shakes his head and says, "That is not true at all, actually." Says in my first month here, at least 5 different guys tried to talk to me. I apparently gave them all cold responses or just ignored them completely. One guy named Bryce tried to spot me on bench press when I was struggling. I apparently told him I did not need help and could handle it myself. He was just trying to be nice and make sure I did not hurt myself. I do not even remember this happening, but he says Bryce talks about it still. Another guy named Caden complimented my deadlift form as an icebreaker once. I apparently just said thanks and immediately put my headphones back in. He took that as a clear signal. I did not want to talk to him. Now he actively avoids being near me because he felt rejected by that. Says there have been multiple other instances like this over 2 years. Guys tried to be friendly or helpful, and I shut every single one down. Now everyone knows I do not want to be bothered, so they respect that. They are not intimidated by me, they just think I do not like them. Feel my face getting hot and say that I am just focused on my workout, not here to socialize or flirt with men. I am here to get fit and healthy. He says that is totally fine, but then I cannot complain about being ignored. Cannot have it both ways, wanting to be left alone, but also wanting interaction. Also says my attitude toward other women at the gym is really obvious too. Apparently, I visibly roll my eyes when guys help other women with stuff. Make comments under my breath that people can hear about women seeking attention. Give dirty looks to women who are laughing and talking with the guys here. Had no idea people could see or hear me doing any of that honestly. Thought I was being subtle about my judgments of other women here. He says it is not subtle at all, and everyone notices it constantly. Makes me seem bitter and judgmental and unapproachable to everyone around. Ask him why he never said anything about this before now in 2 years. He says it is not his place to tell members how to behave socially. He is here to train people and manage the gym, not give life advice. Only telling me now because I directly asked him what the problem was. Sit there processing everything he just told me and feeling embarrassed honestly. Ask him if this is really what everyone thinks about me here. He nods and says, "Yeah, pretty much everyone has noticed your energy and attitude." Says some of the women here are actually scared to approach me too. That hits me hard because I never thought women would be intimidated by me. Always assumed I just had an issue with men, not with women too. He says my whole vibe is just very closed off and negative to everyone. People come to the gym to feel good, and I apparently bring the energy down. Ask him about Tasha, the new girl who everyone helps and talks to now. What does she do differently that makes everyone want to help her so much? He smiles and says she is friendly and warm and appreciates people helping her. She makes eye contact and smiles and asks people questions about themselves too. Says she makes people feel good about helping her by being genuinely grateful. Never acts like she knows everything or that she does not need anyone. Openly admits when she does not understand something and asks for guidance. Basically the complete opposite of how I have been acting for 2 years here. Feel tears starting to form and I try to hold them back hard. Dayon notices and his face softens a bit and looks concerned now. Says he is not trying to make me feel bad, just answering my question honestly. Says, if I want things to be different, I just need to change my approach. Ask him how I am supposed to do that after 2 years of this reputation. He says people are pretty forgiving if they see genuine change in behavior. Start saying good morning to people and smile when making eye contact with them. Take out the headphones sometimes and be open to conversation if it happens. Stop judging other women for being friendly and social at the gym here. Basically, just relax and let people in instead of keeping everyone out. Thank him for being honest with me, even though it was hard to hear. He says no problem, and that he hopes things get better for me here. Walk away feeling completely destroyed by everything he just said to me. Spend the rest of that day thinking about every interaction at the gym, trying to remember all the times guys tried to be nice that I shut down. Realize he was right about Bryce trying to spot me and me refusing help. Remember Caden complimenting my form and me being cold in response to him. Remember other small moments where I chose to be closed off and unfriendly. Think about how I watch other women at the gym and judge them constantly, calling them attention seekers in my head for just being normal and social, assuming they are flirting when they are probably just being friendly with people, projecting my own insecurity and bitterness onto women who are just happy. Next morning, I force myself to go back to the gym despite feeling embarrassed. Get there, and Dion is at the desk again and gives me an encouraging nod. Take a deep breath and decide to actually try what he suggested to me. Set up at a machine and intentionally do not put my headphones in right away. A woman I have seen here for months is on the machine next to me. I smile at her and say, "Good morning," which feels so awkward coming out. She looks surprised but smiles back and says, "Good morning," and asks how I am. We end up having a 5-minute conversation about our workout routines today. She is actually really nice, and I realize I have been avoiding her for no reason. She mentions a class she takes here on Thursdays and asks if I want to join. I say yes, even though my instinct is to say I prefer working out alone. Later, a guy I recognize asks if I am done with a bench I was near. Instead of being short with him, I smile and say yes, all yours. He thanks me and then asks if I need a spot on anything today. Old me would have said no immediately, but I say actually, yes, that would be great. He helps me with my last few sets, and we chat between reps about the gym. Turns out his name is Lorenzo, and he has been coming here for 3 years now. He is friendly and normal, and not flirting, just being a decent human being. Realize this is what I have been missing out on for 2 years by being closed off. Over the next few weeks, I completely change my approach at the gym here. Start saying hi to regulars and making small talk when appropriate times. Join that Thursday class the woman mentioned and meet more people there too. Stop judging other women and start actually talking to them instead of glaring. Tasha, the new girl, introduces herself to me one day after a class we both took. She is so genuinely sweet and kind, and I feel bad for judging her before. We end up talking for 20 minutes about fitness goals and life in general. She mentions how friendly everyone at this gym is compared to her old one. Realized that everyone was friendly here. I just made myself unapproachable to them. The gym did not change, I did, and now everything is completely different for me. Guys who used to avoid me now say hi and occasionally chat between sets. Not because they want to date me, but because I am finally approachable and friendly. Women actually invite me to join them for coffee after workouts sometimes now. Feel like I am part of a community instead of an outsider looking in bitterly. 1 month after my conversation with Dion, I see him at the desk again. Go up to thank him for being honest with me that day, even though it hurt. He smiles and says he noticed the change and is really proud of me. Says the whole gym vibe is better now that I am not bringing negative energy. Ask him why he thought I was acting that way in the first place for so long. He says honestly, he thinks I was protecting myself from potential rejection maybe. By being cold and unapproachable, I never had to risk people not liking me back. But that also guaranteed I would be lonely and isolated from everyone here. That hits me because he is completely right about my defense mechanism working. I was so scared of being rejected or hurt that I rejected everyone first, preemptively. Built walls so high that nobody could get in even if they wanted to try, and then complained about being alone when it was my own doing the whole time. Realized this is not just about the gym. This is about my entire life approach. I do this at work and in social situations, and definitely in dating too. Keep everyone at a distance and then wonder why I feel so alone all the time. Blame everyone else for not trying hard enough instead of examining my own behavior. Tell Dion all of this, and he listens and nods along with everything I say. Says a lot of people do this and do not even realize they are doing it. They think they are just being independent or strong or protecting themselves wisely. But really, they are just scared and lonely and too proud to admit it out loud. Ask him how he got so wise about all this human behavior stuff, honestly. He laughs and says he just pays attention to people and talks to them a lot. Says working at a gym, you see every personality type and defense mechanism possible. People reveal a lot about themselves through how they interact in this space here. Spend the next few months becoming a completely different person at the gym, honestly. Make actual friends with both men and women who work out here regularly. Get invited to a gym member birthday party and actually go and have fun there. Feel connected to people in a way I have not felt in years, maybe ever. One guy named Elijah from the gym asked me out for coffee after we talk a lot. Old me would have assumed he was hitting on me and shut it down immediately. New me says yes, and we go and have a nice conversation as potential friends. Turns out he has a girlfriend and just thought I seemed cool to hang with. Feel good that I did not assume the worst and ruin a potential friendship there. Realize how much my feminist beliefs got twisted into man-hating without me noticing it. I thought being strong meant being closed off and suspicious of all men always. Thought being independent meant never accepting help or kindness from anyone ever. Thought having standards meant judging everyone harshly and finding them all lacking completely. But real strength is being vulnerable enough to let people in despite risk of pain. Real independence is choosing to connect with others, not needing to, but wanting to anyway. Real standards are about character and kindness, not arbitrary checklists of physical metrics. 6 months after that conversation with Dayon, I am a completely different person now. Not just at the gym, but in every area of my life, finally. More open and warm and willing to give people chances instead of writing them off. Stopped surrounding myself with bitter friends who kept me stuck in victim mentality too. Run into Dion one day and tell him he genuinely changed my life that morning. He says he just told me what I needed to hear, and I did the hard work. Says most people get defensive and never come back after hearing the truth like that. Proud of me for actually listening and being willing to change my entire approach. Never went back to that old version of myself after that day at the gym. The closed-off, bitter, angry woman who blamed everyone else for her loneliness and isolation. Realized I was creating my own prison and then complaining about being locked up inside. Sometimes you need someone to hold up a mirror and show you what everyone else sees. Dion did that for me when nobody else would, and I will always be grateful for it. Sometimes the truth destroys you, but only so you can rebuild yourself into something better.